Okay, so we got a 5.3 and we're going to put it into a 69 Z28 and we're going to go drive-by-wire with a green-blue PCM, cruise control, electric fans, and we'll show you a couple of mods that I've done for the wiring harness. So started out basically with factory truck wiring harness, which is all of that. Removed some of those. Added some heat shrink tubing and some solder. So I'll start out with the gas pedals. So this is a full size, like a Tahoe, with the adjustable pedal that moves forward and backwards, closer and further away. Use the bolts to hold it to the firewall. And on the back side of that is the TPS, or the gas pedal, accelerator pedal. And then so all this metal back here, essentially I just cut it off. This is a Silverado mount model. Essentially I just cut it off right along here. Give you a little bit better idea, if I hold it that way, how it was trimmed. And so what we can do with that is, I get the lay right, I'm going to drill a hole here and a hole here. And I got rid of all of this big part, so that's gone. And then I went to the salvage yard and it's got a small, like a Malibu type pedal, which has a spring pedal on it. This is a different style. And then I'll just cut the arm here and I'll basically mount that onto there, depending upon where it needs to be. So when you push down on the gas pedal, it's pretty hard to do, but essentially push down the gas pedal, it rocks like that against the floorboard. And then we have tack module, and then the poor man's cruise control, which is basically an off and on switch. And we have a center off and a momentary one way and spring loaded back to the other way. So that's your set and your resume tack module. And then this is all going to be inside underneath the dash. And then I have my Obd2 port with my blue LED with a 1K resistor in series with it. That's my Obd2 port. This is back out through the firewall, or behind, actually it's going to be behind the glove box. So I have my green-blue PCM connector coming over here. I have my fuse panels. So I have bank one, have two fuses for that, for the oxygen sensors and injectors and other type stuff. And then I have another set of fuses going over for the passenger side. These two are for the driver's side, these two are the passenger side. We have a fuel pump, fan 1 and fan 2. This is my relay bank. I went over it in another video. This connector is what is on the bottom side of a GM harness factory relay off a Silverado. So that's the portion that plugs right there is actually this white portion. And then I used a relay for the driver's side, the passenger side, fan 1, fan 2, and a fuel pump. And then a small switched ignition which turns the relays on and powers up the computer. So on the output we have fan 1, fan 2, and then the fuel pump. And then we have over here, coming through, this is going to be behind the glove box, going through the firewall, we have the cam position sensor, passenger side O2 sensor, ground studs or lugs that go on the back of the cylinder head. We have 4 injector connectors, coil pack, drive-by-wire throttle body, and the mass airflow sensor connector over there. Back of the intake, we have the NOx sensor connector, we have the map sensor, and the cam sensor, and then we also have the driver's side O2 sensor, 4 injector connectors, coil pack, and then on this side we have this connector which goes down to the coolant temperature sensor right by cylinder number 1, and the 2 wires that go to the alternator. And that's it. Fairly simple. Looks kind of nice, and it'll basically just bolt straight on and connect straight onto that, and that's about it. It's the poor man's way of making a real simple wiring harness.